Shane, another Superdrift competition this weekend. Tell us about it.
Superdrift 2, Johan. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's first event at Desi Raceway for 2014, and yeah, we expect it to be jam-packed and full of action. We're racing on the North Loop on the corkscrew that it's been dubbed, and yeah, we look forward to it. Hopefully the weather plays its part and everything should go fine.
And you're the great local hope. How do you think you're going to fare?
Well, I'm going to try. You know, when everyone's competing, everyone's on the same playing field, and you know the playing field's level. But I'm certainly, you know, every event is 100% or nothing. So we're going to give it everything that's out there.
Just to refresh the memory, how many guys are going to take part, or how many people or drivers are going to take part?
We expect probably between 30 and 40 drivers. The last event, Superdrift 1 in Joburg, was close to 40 competitors. So we expect at least that many this time as well.
Okay. Where did you come in the ranking?
I qualified first position, pole position, for the first time. You know, that was quite an achievement for me in the first event. So really happy I qualified first by like nearly 4 points, I think, which is a nice margin. And I finished fourth overall for the day.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Any other locals going to compete?
We've got Nick Fry, who's local as well. And yeah, I believe he's going to compete. I haven't spoken to him recently. He should be competing. We've got Andrew Strike as well, from the Manaba Spa. So we look forward to having him, yeah. And there's one or two other locals, but a lot of guys from Durban as well.
Okay, now how much experience do these guys have? Is it their first time?
Andrew Strike's he had his first competitive event in December last year at Superdrift Finals in Durban, and yeah, look, he's there's a lot of hope for him, huh? You know, he needs a lot of practice, as we all do, but he's certainly up and coming.
Okay, now the one question many people ask: what is the object of the exercise? How can guys get pleasure out of burning rubber, thousands of rands of rubber off cars?
That's a hard question to answer. I guess it's until you get in the car and you actually experience it for yourself. It's like any other form of motorsport. To me, you know, I've had the opportunity to do 2 or 3 different types of motorsport: track racing and off-road motorcycle racing as well. But you know, drifting is by far the most adrenaline-fueled and, to me, the most competitive as well.
Besides the expertise of the driver, I mean, the car itself plays a big role. What is it? Is it engine power, gear ratio? What is it that makes the difference?
Johan, you know, it ranges. You know, you can have a lot of horsepower in a car, which a lot of people do, but you can have a terrible suspension setup. A car will only be as good as its weakest link, so to speak. So, you know, for me, it's, you know, we've got sort of medium horsepower in the car, a good amount of horsepower, more than enough, but the suspension is set up right, the car's nice and light. And I mean, you know, first Superdrift event we initiated 122 k's an hour. That was the fastest speed for the whole weekend from this car, so it's very capable.
Okay, you mentioned suspension, but what should it be? Stiff? What should it be like? I mean, your shocks and that kind of thing.
Yeah, the shocks themselves, you know, there's a certain gas pressure setting in the shock that the guys work on, but generally stiffer springs than just a normal road car, you know, more like a race car. And if you really wanted to get technical, you could change your suspension setup depending on the track as well. So it can get quite involved.
Yeah, I can imagine. Look at it looks dangerous from the outside, but is it? Have you had any casualties or people being injured?
Casualties, as far as I know, there's been no casualties. You know, there has been 1 or 2 you know, whiplash incidents, and you know where the guys crash into each other, but it's never really at high speed, Johan. It's you know, there's certainly a lot more dangerous forms of motorsport out there.
Shane, it must be very expensive.
It is.
Okay, give us an idea. On a Saturday like the coming one, in rands, how much do you burn up there?
In tires, I'd say per driver you're probably using in the region of between 12 and 15,000 rands worth of tires.
Good grief.
Unfortunately.
Anyway, Shane, thank you very much for talking to us, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thanks, Johan. Appreciate it.
5.7 litre Alice 1 powered. Listen.